Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming together to discuss humanizing learning with each other. We want this conversation to be a brave space, one where all of our voices are heard and our ideas shared. To successfully create a co-design environment, we need to do a few things. First, we need to recognize that all learning is situated in a larger context, a history, and that history has been unfair and unjust to some. We're coming together in virtual space today, but lest we forget, we're sitting on Aboriginal lands that have been inhabited long before us by Indigenous people. I myself am currently in the Hamilton area, the traditional territory of the Haudenosaunee and Anishinaabe nations. This land is protected by the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Agreement and is evermore home to many Indigenous peoples from across Turtle Island. I'm a visitor on this land, a settler, and situating myself in literal space matters. Please take a moment to consider and acknowledge the land where you're situated.
Visit native-land.ca for more information.
Now let us ask, how can our efforts to humanize education clearly and overtly be connected to our commitment to make the promise and the challenge of truth and reconciliation real in our communities? And in addition to the land, consider your own situatedness in your own history, experiences, privileges, and dynamics. The Humanizing Learning conversations will take place Thursdays from noon to 1 Eastern Time throughout October and November 2021. The conversations will cover 4 core topics. First, unlearning and unsettling. Second, students as agents of their own diverse destiny. Third, inclusive communities. And fourth, sustaining change. Each topic will be discussed for a 2-week period. The first week in each module will be a facilitated and recorded discussion based upon provided content. And the second week will be focused on analyses and responses to the prior week. We're excited to have you join us. All of us together represent multiple viewpoints. These sessions are an opportunity for a diverse audience to have a conversation. The only prerequisite is to bring yourself and your experiences. To do this, we need to create a space where you feel supported to share your ideas. We can't simply mandate that this space be brave. Our hope, however, is that we're all together able to create brave space for each other. That does not mean making yourself unsafe, never do that. But it does mean considering what you need to feel brave and how our actions can support others to feel brave so that we can share our stories. To encourage conversation and reflection, we must be willing to support a brave space that allows courageous conversations. To do this, we're asking you to participate with the following mindset. Stay engaged. We ask you to remain morally, emotionally, intellectually, and socially involved in the dialogue. Expect to experience discomfort. These conversations are not easy. Speak your own truth. Expect and accept a lack of closure. Often the process is more meaningful than an outcome or a single outcome. Language matters. Use language that is respectful and kind. Use I statements, for example. In my own experience, I have found that. Be self-aware. Consider the assumptions you are making, as they are often the gateway to knowing your biases, and we all have biases. Be mindful of sharing the conversation. Take turns. You can participate verbally or writing through the chat feature or on the shared Google Doc notes. Or even later, after the event, not all good ideas are on the tips of our tongues. Be an ally. We all have a responsibility as allies to protect each other, respectfully draw people in whose voices are quieter or not being heard. Consider extending care to each other. Actively listen to the ideas of others. Practice challenging with care. Be kind in your responses and critiques. Finally, at any point, if you become uncomfortable or don't feel safe, leave the breakout room and return to where the host will be, or leave the Zoom meeting completely and connect with your team leader to share your experience. We're grateful for your participation. Thank you for supporting each other, the project, and for being brave.
#OnHumanLearn.